North Korea. That mysterious, isolated communist country that's fascinated people all around the world. You've probably seen the YouTube videos, vloggers at the DMZ, and carefully curated tours through Pyongyang. But what if I told you you don't even need to cross the border to get a taste of North Korea? In this video, we're heading to a little-known village in the far northeast of South Korea, a place built and inhabited entirely by North Koreans. Let's explore it together. Annyeonghaseyo from the Eastern Seoul bus station. But not for long, because we're about to take a bus across South Korea to a city called Socho. Socho. One of those. This city was once North Korean, but as a cause of the moving DMZ line in the Civil War, became South Korean. So we're gonna go there and explore, see what we can find, and most importantly, relax on a beach, because we're tired of all this traveling. We need some relaxation. So come on, let's go. The bus is about to be here. We had about an hour to kill, so we sped ran the Korean alphabet. And now we're fluent, so travel's been upgraded. Watch this. Sa, a, ma, sam. Ka, ka, sam, ka. Boom. What does it mean? I don't know, but I can read it.
저는 미국 사람입니다.
What did that mean?
You don't want to know.
Ooh.
Dang, this is a luxurious bus.
Yeah, dude.
Look at that. It's home for the next 2-3 hours, something like that. There's a screen, a little thing to put your stuff, a wireless charger, a mirror, bottle holder, and then if you have a meal to eat, just pull that bad boy out.
Wow.
I'm done with you. Just kidding.
Okay, good. So we're about halfway right now to Socho, and we're in the northern part of South Korea. So take a look, it's all mountains the whole way through. Back to the bus. Here's our bus. We remember it by the chicken nuggies. It's the ocean. The ocean.
The ocean.
It's so loud.
Welcome to Socho, everyone. It's amazing. We were in that bus for 2.5 hours and we crossed the entirety of the width of Korea. In Texas, you can drive for 12 hours and still be in Texas. Now we're on a quest to find our hotel and to show you what you can get for $20 a night here in Socho.
It's right there. It's right across the street.
안녕하세요.
Thank you. Excellent. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
You gotta do the bow.
Oh, no elevator. We're walking up 4 flights. It's very easy to be skinny and fit in Korea. 3rd floor. Okay, one more. There it is. The old 403. Welcome to the crib. Some lights. Check it out. Ooh, a bathtub.
Dang,
Fancy.
this is nice.
I know we were getting looks. Look at that, we have a bed. Feels nice and comfortable. Can't feel any springs. A nice window. Let's check out the view. Beautiful city view. TV for some Korean entertainment. Maybe we could get some North Korean channels since we're close to the border. What do you think?
Beautiful.
Wonderful. $20 in Socho. Not bad.
Okay, we're gonna get some rest and we're gonna see you guys in the morning. See you soon. In 1953, as the front lines of the Korean Civil War drew to a freeze, an armistice was reached by both parties to draw the new administrative borders of North and South Korea according to the current line of contact. That meant that cities like Socho, which were once under the control of the North Korean government, were now placed in the control of the South Korean government. During the Civil War, about 6,000 to 7,000 North Korean refugees lived here in Socho, hoping to return home upon the completion of the war. Well, if you know, that war never technically ended, as they never signed an official peace treaty between the two parties. So the refugees were stuck. So they lived here and built a village for themselves called Abai Village. It's about a mile north of here. We're gonna check it out. So here's a little sneak peek of where we're going. Abai Village. Here's Socho. We're somewhere over here. When Abai Village was built, there was no way to get across until they built this new bridge. So they used to do a hand-pulled boat. People say the hand-pulled boat is still there. It's like 50 cents a pop. We're gonna see if we can hop on a hand-pulled boat. Maybe we have to do the pulling. Who knows?
Take a look at what we found. A mural of a traditional Korean town, maybe Abai or maybe Socho. You can see traditional housing laid out in tight quarters, some boats. There are even some cars and some electrical lines, so maybe this was a depiction of the 1950s or the 1960s. And you can even see some mountains in the distance. So right there behind me is Abai Village, and you can see the bridge up in the distance, and we think that the boats are probably somewhere down that way. So we're gonna go find them. Let's see. A lot of fishermen, but where are the boats? Oh, is this a boat?
Yeah, I think they're out of commission now.
Oh,
See,
no.
they have it on the wood, but look, you have the boat, you have the wire that they used to pull. There would be a wire attached to that side, and they would just pull themselves the whole way across.
Doesn't look to be in the best condition. Watch your step.
Do you know if they have the boats to cross?
아, 갯배.
Is
Yeah.
it closed?
아니, 여기 아니고
하고 올라가서 건너서
내려가면 돼요.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. 감사합니다. Confirmed, the boats are no longer working. We must walk.
Or maybe we have no clue. I honestly had no clue that she said besides go up.
Wow. Now we're on the bridge.
There it is, Abai Village. 6,000 refugees once stayed there. Now, from what we've read online, since the Korean Civil War was so long ago, only about 12 original remaining refugees still live here. But they say as many as 6,000 to 7,000 second generation and even third generation descended from those refugees are still around this town. Some have moved around, some own businesses here. Maybe we can find one. Okay, looks like we found something here. This is an information board on the history of Apai village. And it talks about how during the Civil War, this was once a sandbar and sort of a wasteland, but it ended up becoming the largest refugee camp of North Koreans in the entire country. And many of the people who came here fleeing communist rule, they expected to only stay here for 2 or 3 weeks at the most. But here it is 70 years later. When they came here, they had many different backgrounds and jobs, but the only thing that they could do to make money was to fish. So they fished, they even dried fish and salted fish and squid on their roofs. Oh, funny thing here is that apparently there was a famous Korean movie in the 2000s, like a love story or something about Apai village. And so many people came here. It became a very popular spot to visit.
Let's go find some North Korean delicacies.
Let's do it. I read that this area used to be a North Korean refugee camp.
Yes.
Is this food North Korean?
No.
No.
아바이에서 제가
Yeah.
Okay.
여긴 아니고 저기 there.
Okay. Okay, we can find North Korean noodles, she said, all around this area. So, keep searching. Is this North Korean food? It is. It's North Korean food.
Okay.
It's good, she said.
Yeah.
요거 한 가지만.
They certainly have a lot of touters here. You can't really blame them. They're out here hustling. It's kind of a touristy
It
village
was
now.
like $30 for 2 people. Well, Koreans are like $23.
Yeah, it's kind of like Seoul prices.
But it was real North Korean food, she said.
She said it was real.
What are we doing in
I
here?
don't know.
A lot of sausages. Oh, we're keep looking. Thank you.
냉면.
Is it North Korean food?
잠깐만.
Is it? Oh wait, what? Is it?
The blood sausage. Okay.
그리고?
And that. Cold buckwheat.
We'll walk it.
We'll
We're
keep
just
walking. Yeah, and
looking.
then we'll come back.
Yeah. 감사합니다.
She's a good one.
So they're all pretty much selling the same kind of stuff. The same kind of North Korean dishes. A cold buckwheat noodle and a blood sausage. Yeah, at this point we're just comparing prices.
What on earth is this?
Check out these photos of the original refugees living here on Apai before it became developed. Okay, 감사합니다. That last lady was not happy we were leaving.
I don't think they want to talk to us.
She
I
didn't
think they just want us to buy their food.
Of course not.
Are there any North Korean people left here?
No. I don't think she could see the text on your
you
phone.
can't hear, yeah?
No.
I can't speak. Okay, okay. Thank you. A very elderly lady. I think she might be one of the people, one of the remaining refugees.
She looks like maybe she could have been a teenager or a kid whenever she first came here. So she could be part of the original group.
Think of how much of a difficult time it must have been for the refugees. Many came here with nothing. They left all their families and their lives behind, and they came somewhere that was not easy, right? The elements were against them. They were in a sandy wasteland. There were typhoons that would come through and destroy the area. And you're living right on the beach, so when a storm comes in and your houses are made out of wood and they're little huts, you know, it's got to be very difficult. Some kind of festive animal? I don't know.
We were wrong. That lady at the cafe was probably telling us that the boats are actually over on the other side, so They still exist. They're still pulling the cable to get across the water, but just not from Socho. This place has been around since 1964, so from the very beginning of when all the refugees were here.
They're here in 1953.
10 years after all the refugees got here.
I
What are we looking at?
So here it is. North Korean noodles. Not just any. Pyongyang noodles.
Maybe even Kim Jong-un's favorite.
Here we got the beef, we got the noodles, some veggies, an egg, and blocks of ice. Cold noodles. Go for it.
It's good. I got some in my eye.
Here we are walking in the neighborhood to burn off that Pyongyang noodle. And look what we found. A lovely garden where they're growing their vegetables and their fruits. All over Korea, no matter where you are, even if you're in a city, people love to grow things here. They work the dirt. If you have a patch of, I don't know, 2 feet wide, they find a way to turn it into a garden. They're a country of green thumbs here. Just like we saw in that picture earlier, you can see that they put scaffolding up on the roofs where they can hang their nets, dry out their fish. Excuse me. North Korean grandmothers. Let's see how good my Korean is. Day 2 of Korean. That's silent. I don't know that letter. Not doing great. Not doing great. More fishnets. Well, as you can tell, there's not that much going on here in Bai Village. Mostly it's just a tourist town now with people trying to sell you food at exorbitant prices. But hey, it's nice to see that they really embrace their old North Korean heritage and they're quite proud of it. Perhaps we've even seen one of the original refugees that came here a long time ago. Very old now, but they're still around. Patrick. It's dry Patrick.
Another one, he looks less dry.
SpongeBob. Before we part ways, we want to show you the Abai Mural Alley, which is an alley of art made by the local North Koreans here, dedicated to remembering their sorrow and their longing for going home and the troubles and difficulties that they've been through. Let's take a look.
Behind me, we have a painting in honor of the Amis, or the mothers of the generation of North Korean refugees that came here. You can see that they're depicted in old age wearing modern clothes. It's a thank you to them, commemorating them for all of their sacrifice and the difficulties that they experienced.
Here's another one, some art of a man struggling with homesickness and hoping that he can return. Here he's struggling with denial, saying, "This is not barbed wire." Some memories of leaving family members behind and the sadness and the hope that one day in the future he can be reunited with his loved ones.
The colorful bundles on the wall behind me represent the many memories, but also things that the North Korean refugees had to leave behind as they left their homes in all of the chaos.
Well, on that note, friends, we're gonna say good evening and head on home. We've had a lovely time in this village of Abai and seeing all the memories and all the history. We're gonna see you guys in another place in the same country next time. Bye-bye.